Hello and welcome to the Solahart Sales App training video, how to update the sales quote section site analysis. When we open a quote, there are two main parts. The top part, which is the quote sections, and the bottom part, which is the quote actions. The site analysis is in the top part, which is in the quote sections, and can be found next to the customer profile. When we open the site analysis page, we can see three sections. The first section is the site analysis, then tariffs, and down the bottom we have meter box and other photos. Before we start populating the different sections, there are two fields with stars. The data in these fields will be used in the savings calculator, which we will look at in more detail in other videos. Starting at the top with the site analysis, the first field we need to populate is the property type. There are only two options, so select either residential or commercial. Next, we need to nominate the type of roof on the site. There is a list you can select from. If you don't see the type you need, please let your dealership admin team know they can add a new roof type if required. Roof pitch. The roof pitch may have a default value. Just edit this value as required. Configuration. What is the configuration of this site? Is it a single or double story or a shed or some other type of configuration? Power supply. How is the power supplied to the property? Is it overhead or underground, or overhead to private pole and underground to house? Who is the energy supplier? This is the company that sends the bills to the customer. Some dealerships may only have one or two options, other dealerships will have more. I will select AGL. Household occupants. Type in the number of people who normally reside at this address. I will use 4. A reminder that the fields that have the star are the ones used in the savings calculator. Phases. How many phases of power? 3 and 1 are the most common. Meter number. If there are more than one meter numbers, use a comma to separate the numbers. Service fuses required. Tick the checkbox if required. The next 3 fields are required for some grid applications, and this will depend on the distributor. If the distributor for this customer site requires this information on their grid application, then these fields will be mandatory to complete. If they are not required, then you do not need to complete them. The cable size relates to the ampage within the meter box. Length is the distance from the meter box to the share point or pole, and the cable run is from the pole to the nearest transformer. As an example, I'm going to enter 16, 7 and 20. NMI number. This is required before your quote can be finalised. Installation comments. You are everyone's eyes and ears, so the more information you can share about this customer and their site, the better the customer's experience will be. These installation comments will flow through to the installation job if you are using the CRM component. You can write that there is a steep driveway, or that the customer has asked that everyone stay off of his front lawn. Even if you are not using CRM, you should still be recording this information so that it can be shared with your team. Now we move into the tariffs. The tariffs are required to ensure the savings calculations are as accurate as possible. Tariff templates are set up by your dealership admin team so that you can simply select from the list of available tariffs. Some dealerships will also nominate default tariffs that will be automatically added to the quote. If you don't see a specific tariff option, please contact your dealership admin who can add a new tariff for you. You can also create a new one on the fly if required. For this example, I will select from the list of available options. Use the button called Import from Template to see the list of all available tariff templates. My demo database only has a few options, yours may have more. This customer is currently on a single rate for all electricity, so I will select the AGL single rate option by selecting the plus sign to the right of this option. I also know that we usually compare to the time of use tariff, so I will also add this to the site analysis by selecting the plus sign. Select OK when you have finished. If you need to add another tariff, just reselect the button, import from template and select another option. If you want to see the time of use information for the time of use tariff, select the time of use tariff line and then select the TOU periods button in the header. If you select a tariff line that is not set up as a time of use tariff, you will receive an error. If you make a mistake and want to delete a tariff line, simply select the line and then select the delete button. You are removing the tariff from the quote only. You are not deleting the tariff setup. If you select the single rate tariff and note that it is not quite right, you can simply edit the rate in the quote. You also need to nominate which is the current tariff and which is the new tariff, noting that there are separate options for hot water. Now we can go to the final section of the site analysis page, which is the meter box and other photos section. Remembering that you are the eyes and ears for the entire team, you can add as many photos as is needed. You can add the photos directly from your mobile device, or you can take them and add them to the quote at a later stage. To add a photo, simply select the New button. A new page will open where you can select a file to add as a photo. If you are using a mobile device, you will be able to take the photo at this stage. Select Open when you have found the photo you want to add. Now, if the photo you are adding is the meter box photo, then you need to tell the system that this is a meter box photo. To do this, select the pencil icon at the bottom of the photo. This will open the Edit Photo page. Below the photo you uploaded, you will see the meter box option. You need to select this option if the photo is for the meter box. If you do not tick this box, the system does not know that this is a meter box photo, and you won't be able to complete the quote. You can tell that you have done this back on the site analysis page, as the photo caption will start with meter box. So please make sure you remember to edit the photo and nominate your meter box photo. Okay, great. In this video, we have seen how to update the site analysis section of the sales quote. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching and see you soon.